What's going on, everybody? This is Andrew Casey Kid Holland back at again with another battle rap prediction video. This one is for a huge iBattle card going down tomorrow night, Saturday, July 25th in Brooklyn, New York. The 10th edition of their Titan series, Titan 10, an event series that literally stands for "This is the event name 10." Fun fact. And we got an absolutely stacked card. Let me not waste any more of your time. Let's get right into these predictions going from the bottom up. Let's start with NEPH versus Mob Cap. So here we got two guys who were initially supposed to battle on June 20th in Little Rock, Arkansas, who were getting the big opportunity to compete on this huge iBattle card. We got NEPH, who, if you don't know, is the 15-year-old nephew of battle rap superstar A-Ward. He's competing out of Knoxville, Tennessee. He started out on Spaces in early 2025. He is making his live debut with this battle, and he is going toe-to-toe with Mob Cap, who's from New York, got to start making music, who was able to make a crossover to battle rap within the past year or so. Really made a splash on iBattle through their Forge development imprint, a process which I myself have successfully graduated from earlier this year. And Mob Cap has put up two great performances this year so far against Chili and Kasang. So this should be a really great matchup. Looking forward to it. I know NEPH has taken absolutely every opportunity he could to just promote the hell out of his fight on his end, just making sure to tweet like how soon until the battle is, like, 2 days until game day, 3 days left, 2 days left. So I'm really excited to see how NEPH does, but I know that Mob Cap is no slouch either, so this is going to be a tough one. I actually don't know if this is a one-rounder or a three-rounder, so forgive me on that one. But I'm going to go for, because he has a little bit more experience, I'm going to go for Mob Cap with the win. But I know NEPH is going to absolutely give it his all, and I know he's going to wow everybody. I mean, why shouldn't he? There's going to be a lot of big names in the building, I'll tell you that much. Next battle up in the card is between two up-and-comers who have really been just fighting like hell to achieve a spot on this card. Iceolated from Rochester, New York versus Mello WonFive from Pleasantville, New Jersey. Both these guys, I'm fortunate enough to say I've seen both of them battle in person at least once over the past couple years or so, and it's definitely an interesting style clash on their parts. They both like to be very punch heavy. I've seen Iceolated be more direct and in your face and aggressive with his delivery, but they can also be really layered and technical with their punches. And this is also one of a few stipulation battles on the card, as they have made this a beard battle where the loser apparently has to shave their beard, whoever wins the third round of the match. So this should be a really exciting one. So I guess this makes my pick have some added stakes to it. I've seen Mello WonFive being like a super underdog. He's had a few judge losses on camera, but he's also had great performances in the building from what I've seen against him in Corduroy and Los Prime. But Iceolated, he, when he's hungry, he will absolutely turn on the nitro boosters and just like lock in laser focus on his opponent. So I anticipate Mello to really turn up the voltage for this one. But for this battle, I'm going to give it to hand the W to Iceolated 2-1. Moving on up, third match, Dexter versus Neptune. Oh, man. These guys have really been going back and forth on my timeline for what seems like all week, maybe even the past 2 weeks. They've had, just a really talked about face off live on Twitter, hosted by Talks with Jay, and they've just been going back and forth in the timeline. It is Dexter from Queens, New York versus Neptune from Flatbush in Brooklyn, New York. So this one should be a good one. Dexter is the more established veteran. Neptune is the young, scrappy, and hungry up-and-comer who is a recent, I want to say somewhat recent graduate of the Forge, like late last year, I would say. But he has definitely been talking really crazy at Dexter. But Dexter, when he is on 10, he is on 10. He can deliver some excellent moments. He knows how to really build up to the punch, like properly build suspense with his setups. And I think that goes a long way towards adding just like enjoyment factor and replayability to the battle. So this one, I don't know if there's a stipulation to this one, but they're certainly promoting like there is one. Man, it seems like winner take all if there's anything on the table. But I'm really hoping both battlers bring their A game, but I'm gonna go with Dexter for the win, 2-1. Battle number 4, gotta be one of my most anticipated matchups on the card. Black Mage from Urbana, Illinois versus Cashis Clay from the Bronx, New York. Two members of, I would argue, about relatively the same iBattle class. Got their start around 2019, 2020 for both of them. And they've each made waves in their own respective regions. Black Mage has been killing it on his home league, No Coast, based out of Chicago. Took a couple years off. Recently made a major comeback at Valentine's Day Massacre 12 against Agent Orange just at the end of March this year. And Cassius Clay, I mean, she's been holding it down for the Bronx. She's been competing on a bunch of different New York-based leagues. I Got Bars, We Go Hard Battle League, the Trap NY. But iBattle has been her home league since about 2019, and she's just absolutely been making waves since. She actually just had Battle of the Night against Miss Vicious from Waterbury, Connecticut at iBattle's Fortitude 4 card on April 25th. A fun fact, that was a card that I also competed at against D. Hayes. Battle's up on YouTube right now. Shameless plug. But these guys, the two of these artists are both just incredibly skilled lyricists, and both of them have gotten really adept at performing more so on Cashis' side over the years. But I have seen just phenomenal performances on iBattle from Black Mage over the past few years against Los Prime, against Kang, against Homeskool. So this will be his first time back on iBattle since the Kang battle, which went down about 3 years ago, actually, July 2023 when that happened. So Black Mage is back, second battle back after about a year or two off the scene. So I'm excited to see how the wizard Voldraga, his full name is Voldraga the Black Mage. I'm excited to see how Black Mage does against a formidable opponent like Cashis, someone who has gotten battles vaulted in the past through no fault of her own due to her opponent's choking, but she's really been on the rise, been on a hot streak, and she's been sharpening her skills through the Pendulum Inc. online hip-hop academy, through Battle Rap 101. That's my kind of scene. So going off of this battle, tough call. I'm going to give the W to Cassius Clay 2-1. Battle number 5 is one of the matchups that got added after the full event trailer was initially released. This is Knologie versus Morr. Knologie from Detroit, Michigan, a rising star within the new Midwest movement, phenom on the Detroit-based Bar Wars Battle League, has had great performances on iBattle. His last couple matchups against NEPH, J Jeans, and Snowman. And the fact that he is gracing a card as big as Titan X is awesome, but the fact that he is doing it against someone with a resume as stacked as Morr's is even more of an impressive feat. Morr from Richmond, Virginia, has been active since 2014. You name the league, he's probably competed on it. URL, RBE, We Go Hard, Bullpen Battle League, the Trenches, shout out Easy the Block Captain. He's been going absolutely wild on there and showing out every single time he's appeared on there. And believe it or not, he only recently debuted on iBattle, like within the past year, made his big debut at Go to 11 versus Venom back in late September. Late September, yeah. September 25th. And he battled, he also battled Z the Dropout at the 30s Soup Kitchen card in New Jersey back on April 4th. So Morr is really animated with his delivery, like really knows how to build up his build up to the punches. Super animated, super charismatic. Really knows how to like fill in the dead space, like add his own ad libs. What is we talking about? Like he is so easy to root for, and I am like so excited that he's going against someone who has like an equally dynamic personality as Knologie, someone who's been going absolutely beast mode on Bar Wars, and the fact that he's been making the most of his 3 matchups on iBattle so far. So the fact that they're going up against each other is super cool. So who do I have winning this? Good question. I'm going to hand the win over to Morr 2-1. Battle number 6 is one that has fans of writing, bars, and real talk absolutely hooked on, and that is Venom versus Tariq, 2 absolute powerhouses within the scene who've been delivering like show-stopping performances against big names, either big names in the national scene or big names in the iBattle roster. Venom from Chicago, Illinois, Tariq from Spartanburg, South Carolina. The two of them, especially over the past 2 or 3 years, have really been just like not slacking at all when it comes to their performances. Super technical writing, just really layered punches, and while still mixing in enough real talk, genuine, heartfelt material about their actual life and upbringings back in their respective cities that make them a consistent draw and fan favorites, both in the building and with audiences on YouTube and across other social media platforms. So this one becomes really, really tough to pick a winner, because I have seen, full transparency, I've seen both these guys compete live. I saw Venom battle JC at a Turbulence card in Worcester, Massachusetts, and I was in the building for when Tariq battled Homeskool at Point Forward 3. So, and the two of them absolutely did their numbers on those respective battles, and especially with Tariq, because that battle was judged for like the Sky League title. If you don't know, iBattle is 2 separate divisions, Water League and Sky League, apart from like the larger championship. There's championship of Water League and Sky League. Tariq was up for the championship against Homeskool, lost in the judge decision, but it was super close. 3-2 judge decision in favor of Homeskool. So I think Tariq, especially with him talking about on social media about this being potentially his last year competing in battle rap, to fully focus on music producing and like other creative ventures, I think he's really going to give it his all in this battle and like show audiences in the building, at home, and especially other league owners why, you know, he, to put it bluntly, he isn't to be fucked with. His talent is not one to be taken lightly. But Venom, I still remember how he did against, you know, against Jay Morr, against Los Preem, against Emerson Kennedy. So this one should be a great matchup. I'm going to go with Tariq. 2-1, maybe even a gentleman's 30. Battle number 7 is a clash of the iBattle classes. Homeskool from Euclid, Ohio, about class of 2018 when he made his debut, versus good old JR from, I believe, West Orange, New Jersey, entered into iBattle tail end of 2021, about December. Started out in Twitter Spaces. These guys had 2 very different starts to battle rap. Homeskool got a start competing in leagues based around Pennsylvania before he made the crossover to iBattle in 2018, and his stock has risen ever since as he's become a more prominent name. But JR, you know, he is looking to make a statement. He has been on the roster for a good 4 or 5 years now. He got a start, much like I did, in Twitter Spaces, audio battle format, made an easy, real smooth transition over to live battling against his fellow Spaces battler Oppa at the Last Call event, tail end of December 2021, and he has only gotten better ever since. Both these guys, it can be seen as like a good style clash. Homeskool is really technical with his writing. He's known to use quite a bit of humor as a way of like disarming his opponent and, you know, warming up to the crowd, making the battle entertaining. But he is also super lethal with how he writes his bars. Although a fair criticism about it is that it can take a little bit long for him to build up to the punch. JR, he is more direct. He is like not quite like a 4-bar setup, but he is like direct, back to back to back, very intentional with his setups and how he attacks. And he has taken a little bit of time off from iBattle, recently made his big comeback this year against Death the Kid at a high tide event end of May 30th. Just premiered on YouTube, by the way. Go check that battle out when you can. So this battle is one that's been in the works. It's been in the works a little bit behind the scenes. Hasn't been confirmed, but there's been buzz about it, talking about it behind the scenes among the iBattle roster about whether this matchup could possibly go down. Now that it is, this is awesome. Who do I think is going to win? JR can use humor, but I feel like I notice when Homeskool does it, I feel like it's more effective. And I know JR might try his best to nullify Homeskool's attacks, but what I'm thinking is Homeskool, if he doesn't absolutely or exactly match wits with an opponent, sometimes writing-wise, he will just steamroll an opponent. I'm thinking along the lines of like a Knox in their first matchup against like a Cool Peoples, or I don't know, against like Shaji at the beginning of January, beginning of this year in January. But anyway, he's been getting very good competition. They've both been getting very good competition. Who do I think is going to win? I'm going to give the W to Homeskool 2-1. Battle number 8 is another matchup that ended up getting rescheduled from the Little Rock, Arkansas card back in June 20th. And that is NASA McMahon versus A Ward. NASA McMahon is, very prominent battle rapper and league owner from West Memphis, Arkansas. Had a pretty promising league based out of that state called League of Championship Culture. Dealt with a little bit of rocky terrain as far as his YouTube channel, but he's been able to regain control of it after it got unfairly deleted, and he has been able to mount a major comeback. He's had great performances as of late on different leagues in the U.S. and Canada. He's appeared on Set the Bar Entertainment based out of Vancouver, Beast Mode Battles up in Toronto, and he's also made some major appearances on leagues like Takeover Battle League, Body Bag Battle League, and a couple major appearances on standout appearances on iBattle against Tony Nova and iBattle staff member Archangel. So this one should be good. NASA brings a lot of animation, stage presence. I mean, immediately when you see him in the ring, you are drawn to like his presentation. He's typically known for wearing a suit in his battles, because I believe he wants to live up to the old adage, always dress for the job you want, and I think that shows in how he does business in the ring. And he's going up against the reigning champion of the year, 2025 champion of the year, my man, A Ward from Kansas City, Missouri, by way of Knoxville, Tennessee. You've probably seen some of my previous videos talking about him. He is genuinely, outside of battle rap context, one of my best friends out of anybody I've made friends with in the scene out of my almost decade of being a fan. But biasness aside, he has been absolutely on a tear for the most part 2026. Lately, he has had a couple hiccups, I think primarily on, he had showings on Westworld Battle Rap. He didn't necessarily do the best on that league with his 2 appearances this year against Young Grizz and Capo Bravado. But even if you subtract that from if you subtract those battles from the equation, he's still been going absolutely wild against guys like Official, Fonz, Jazz the Rapper, Chess. He's battling Klutz on Doc Rose big card 30 for 30 on August 8th. So that's one that a lot of people, that's one that should get a lot of eyes on it. He's going against one of the top pens in Arkansas, who's made it big on URL, just compete against Chef Trez a couple weeks ago. But I'm getting off topic. NASA McMahon versus A Ward was going to happen in Arkansas, rescheduled for New York, and I'm happy this battle's happening. It's really tough for me to predict how it's going to go. A Ward, ace with the rebuttals. NASA knows how to bring humor, and he's got like a commanding presence, nice tough emphatic delivery. Should be a really entertaining clash. I'm gonna go with A Ward 2-1. Here's where it gets to be crunch time somewhat. Battle number 9 is one that was put together really last minute. So one of the final matchups added to the card initially was Anderson Burrus versus Reed Dollars. But then this week, on Wednesday, July 22nd, there was an announcement made saying that Anderson Burrus versus Reed Dollars, as well as one of the standout matchups initially announced in the trailer, Los Preem versus Rum Nitty, would not be going down this weekend at this event and would be rescheduled. Okay, so that's understandably shock announcement. So where does that leave the rest of the card? But one thing iBattle is known for is putting together some good surprises. That's how we have battle number 9 on this card. A one-rounder between Anderson Burrus, Mr. Viral, one of the most viral battle rappers in the culture, on the internet, from Raleigh, North Carolina, going up against iBattle's own league owner, head honcho aficionado, battle rap veteran, Lexx Luthor from Staten Island, New York. This one should be interesting because this battle was taken on 72 hours prep. And this isn't even the first time Lexx Luthor has stepped in on a battle on 72 hours prep. He stepped into battle Cashis Clay on a Turbulence card. Top of January 2024, January 27th, when Cashis' original opponent, Z the Dropout, ended up backing out, Lexx Luthor stepped up. And the two of them had a great clash. I'm anticipating no less of the same. But here's the thing. Anderson Burrus is known for being very skilled in breaking his opponents down. And he does so from the expectation that you don't know who he's battling. You have no idea who his opponent is, even if you've seen him a million times. Like, he just battled Charlie Clips, one of the most talked about battle rappers in the culture, known for well over a decade, a longtime cast member on Wildin' Out. It's been known since like 2009, and Anderson pretty much decimated him, arguably. So how he's gonna do against Lexx, I expect him to bring that same approach to Lexx Luthor, but I don't know how he might handle a short prep battle. I hope that he'll still ride up, but then again, he did also have a one-rounder against Febou on a relatively short prep time. So yeah, this should be a good one. And fun fact, that battle had an interjection from Lexx at the end of that round, so this kind of comes full circle, doesn't it? Whew. Also, Lexx was one of the first battle rappers I ever really became a fan of. So this is almost like a full circle moment for me too. Yeah, it's really tough. It's really tough judging one-rounders. Look, I've seen Lexx. I've watched Lexx's battles countless times. I was in the building for him versus Chunk at Point Forward 3 last year. So he has the potential. Like, he knows the stakes. He knows what he has to bring. And this is going to be a great clash. But I got to give the win to Anderson 1-0. Sorry, Lexx. I know you're going to do great, though. Make me proud. Battle number 10. First battle that got announced when the trailer dropped. And one that's been kicked around, kicked about. Had bloggers and fans talking about for quite a while. Mike P versus Oppa. This one is said to be a really entertaining style clash. Mike P, 13-year veteran from Long Island, New York, had a lot of public talks about retiring tail end of 2025, right after he battled Eunice on URL at Outside 5. But he recently got his spark back, got a renewed sense of energy, renewed sense of focus, and he's been on a tear all year with 2 back-to-back rematches on URL against Tariq and Mike P. A great battle against Sheet Happens on Outside 7, and he's back on iBattle for the first time since what feels like tail end of 2022 when he battled Nox, and he's going up against Oppa, iBattle Phenom, had a 6-time undefeated streak, almost 2-year reigning undefeated streak as iBattle League champion and #1 headband, won the title August 27th, 2022 against Louis Valentine, and held on to it, fought tooth and nail to keep it for a good 2.5 years until losing it to Los Prime in the middle of the year-long Captain's Cup tournament, which lasted from about August 2024 to August 2025. And the title changed hands a bit from Low Supreme. Finale of that tournament ended up being between Low Supreme and Nakim. Nakim ended up winning the title from Low Supreme. He's the reigning. So, and I'm getting off topic. More on that later. Oppa, 6-time iBattle League champion, #1 headband, recent front runner for the URL Class of 2026, winner of a URL Smack Track tournament, going against someone as energetic and entertaining and angle heavy, especially in one round in particular, as in specific rounds, as Mike P. Both of them have similar attributes. They can both utilize humor very well. They're both very bar heavy. They both utilize setups and punches very well. They're known to just incorporate just humor, stage presence, crowd control, and the two of them are also known for doing impressions. And that is exactly what this matchup is. It is a stipulation match, 3rd round, where the two of them do an impression of each other. Because Oppa, when he got his start on Spaces, he would do impersonation battles where he would impersonate big names in the battle rap culture, like Murda Mook and A-Ward, just to name a few examples. And those battles would eventually get posted to YouTube, and he'd go viral on Twitter, and he gets somewhat talked about on YouTube in that space too. So awesome that impression stipulation is gonna go great. I am so excited for this battle. You have no idea. Really hard to pick a winner. I am gonna go with Oppa 2-1, but I know Mike P is gonna bring it. I know he is gonna give it everything he has. Good luck, boys! And now we get to the main event. The pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, so to speak. The meat and potatoes, as if this card wasn't already a whole feast, a whole smorgasbord for you. The main event, iBattleTV championship match, #1 headband between reigning champion Nakim The Prophet from Queens, New York, and Febou from Springfield, Massachusetts. Whoa. These are two guys who are probably the most talked about on the league in terms of like how impactful they are with their punchlines, with their haymakers, with their room shakers, especially over the past couple of years. These are two guys who I'm very fortunate and honored to call friends. Nakim has been doing a great job of defending the title of champion since he won it from his best friend and 2-on-2 partner, Low Supreme, in the finale of the Captain's Cup at Point Forward 3 on August 30th, 2025. So it'll be almost a full year, almost 11 months on the night where he defends it against Febou. But he is going toe-to-toe against someone who is equally charismatic, equally talkative, equally wordy, nice with writing, nice with punches, nice with humor, stage presence, crowd control. You know, he leads the crowd on sing-alongs, for God's sakes. I guess. But Febou has only gotten better and stronger and more impactful since I first saw him in the building against I wanted to see him in the building against Ben Superior, but I just missed it. So technically the first battle I had seen him in the building at was against Skazzo G at Rise of the Independents 2022. He was headlining a 2-day event. He was headlining day 2. I was competing that day. Opened the card up versus Lil Lee. He and I, and Lee and I ended up winning Performance of the Night over him. So, just kidding, people. It's all love. But anyway, these guys, two of the top talents over at iBattle, both have battled like major names in battle rap over the past few months and years. Febou has gone up against the likes of Geechee Gotti, Tariq, Geechee Gotti, Tariq, JC, even down to like iBattle roster names like Knox, Homeskool, Tariq. Yeah, he did go up against Tariq in January at iBattle's last card they held at the old venue, Culture 7, back in January, on my birthday, January 31st. And Nakim, you know, this will be his second title defense since winning it. He defended it against Oppa, who was trying to win it back, and Nakim ended up keeping it by judge's decision. So this will be great. This is going to be just an awesome, impactful back and forth. I mean, I'm talking about like these guys, like whether you know it or not, like these, no matter what people try to tell you in terms of like, oh, like big names in battle rap don't watch iBattle. Yes, they do. I mean, why else would we have battlers like Danny Myers, Jay the Nightwing, Rum Nitty, just competing on recent cards just in the past few months? So this is going to be awesome. Like, this is for, like, in essence, like, almost like leadership of iBattle. In a sense, leadership of, like, the reigning class, like, the new class of the roster, like, who gets to be the arguable face, because it's Nakim the champion versus Febou, the face of the shit, the face of iBattle. This is going to be a great one. I've seen both these guys in person, so I know what both are capable of doing. But it's so tough for me to pick a winner. I have to though. I think the winner will be still the champion, Nakim the Prophet. I don't know how many judges there will be. I'm going to say still the champion, Nakim the Prophet. I'm going to go with maybe 2 rounds to 1. Although I'll be just as happy if Febou ends up winning. So there you have it. That is my full prediction video for iBattleTV's Titan X event going down in Brooklyn, New York, Saturday, July 25th. Tomorrow night, it'll be streaming live on the iBattleTV app. Thank you guys for tuning in, and thank you guys so much for tuning in. Big shout out to all my family and friends over at iBattle. Lexx, Luthor, Morr on the commentary team, Chris Tex and Duchess, my guy Tim McSweeney, Worcester Tim, everybody that's going to be in the building. I really wish I could be there. I send my love. I'll be there in spirit. And thank you guys for tuning into this video. Keep it right here. More prediction videos to come. Definitely, for sure, bar breakdowns for rap battles, an absolute priority. Definitely have some in the works. And be sure to comment below who you think is going to win all of these battles and what events you would like me to make prediction videos on, and are there any battles you would like me to break some bars down. So thank you guys for tuning in. Stay tuned to my channel. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and share this video with any fans of battle rap you may know in your family and friend group. And I really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Andrew Casey Kid Holland, and I will see you real soon. Thank y'all. Peace. Pura vida.